Did you know that according to the US Census Bureau, the average American household spends $1,000 monthly on groceries? Furthermore, food was the third highest expenditure in American households, behind housing and transportation in 2022. It accounted for 13% of total expenses and 11% of income. The point is that we spend a lot on groceries. Now, if you're trying to save more money and extract even more out of your monthly budget, then the supermarket should be one of your targets to identify savings. So, I'll reveal 15 hacks that can help you keep more money in your pocket every time you buy groceries. Let's begin with the first. Find the cheapest items by volume. Manufacturers get smarter every year. Rather than only hiking prices, many reduce the quantity of the item, hoping that you, the consumer, won't notice. In fact, even the size of the packaging may stay the same, but the total amount of food inside could be less than in previous years. This is where the unit price hack comes in. It helps you compare similar items more accurately to determine the best deal. So, rather than comparing a box of cereal or a package of napkins solely by the total price, you'll want to look at how much each individual unit costs. For example, how much does that cereal cost per ounce or gram? And how much does one individual napkin cost? Oftentimes, you'll see the unit price directly on the price tag from the store, as you can see in this example of mixed nuts by Good & Gather. If not, then here are the steps to figure it out. Using our mixed nuts example, you'll notice that a serving size from the nutrition label is 1 ounce, and each container has 15 total servings. So, 1 ounce times 15 servings gives us 15 total ounces of nuts per container. To get the unit price then, all we need to do is divide the total product price by the total amount of product we have. So, that's $5.99 divided by 15 ounces, which gives us 40 cents per ounce. This unit price is what you can use to see which manufacturer has the lowest price for the same or similar product, regardless of the size of the packaging. To give you an idea of this in practice, here's another container of mixed nuts by a manufacturer called Planters. The unit price here is 65 cents per ounce, which is more expensive than the Good & Gather version. So, the nuts from Good & Gather will save you more money. You'll be surprised how much you can save with this simple hack, especially if you have a large household. 2. Plan your meals and make a shopping list. If you don't know what you're going to eat, how will you know what to buy? Shopping blindly is why so many people spend more than they'd like to on groceries. It's simply too easy to add things to your cart without thinking if you really want or need them. Not only will you be buying without thinking, but you're also likely to forget items you actually need, which means more trips to the store and, of course, more spending as the cycle repeats itself. The solution? Come up with a weekly or bi-monthly meal plan. Then, make your shopping list. You want to make your list while you're still in the house so that you can check which items you already have in your pantry, fridge, and freezer. Now, be serious about sticking to the list because once you're at the store, the temptation to impulse buy can be overwhelming. But if you struggle with this, then this next hack should help. 3. Carry cash. If you've ever been guilty of going to the store to buy 2 or 3 items only to walk out with 10, then the cash envelope system might just be what you need to keep you and your pocket in check. The system is simple. You have a grocery list and a budget to go with it. You only need to leave your card at home and instead carry cash. This way, you know exactly how much you have to spend because once the money is gone, it's truly gone. Later on, you could consider using a debit card or even a credit card, but only once the habit of buying what you need and nothing more is in place. 4. Compare multiple stores. In most cases, your favorite grocery store is the closest one, but closest doesn't always mean cheapest. The truth is, prices for the same goods can vary by depending on the store. While small price differences might seem trivial in the moment, they do add up over time. So, visit several stores and compare prices for the items you buy on a consistent basis and go with the one that allows you to save the most. 5. Start with the outer aisles. Have you been curious how stores determine which items go on which aisle? Well, like any other businesses, grocery stores' top priority is making money. That means placing the most profitable items where there's the most traffic, which more often than not occurs in the front and middle aisles. Now, if you want to save money, you want to avoid these aisles first. Instead, shop the outer aisles and back of the store. This is where some of the least expensive products tend to be placed, and the ones that tend to be better for your health. Once you've gotten what you need, you can move on to the center aisles to get the items you couldn't find elsewhere. 6. Don't just look at eye-level items. A quick price comparison is all you need to see that the more expensive brands are virtually always placed at your eye level. Coincidence? Definitely not. Just like the aisle arrangement, this is a marketing tactic to make you spend more. These eye-level items are strategically placed so you can see them first. So ignore them and look for alternatives on the upper or lower shelves for a lower price. 7. Buy in bulk whenever you can. Even as you try to live under a more constrained budget, you don't have to deny yourself the things that you need. Some examples include soap, toilet paper, and essential foods. So, how can you save in this case? If you tend to go to the store for the same item multiple times a month, consider buying in bulk, especially from a wholesale club. Buying in bulk often gives you the best unit price that we discussed earlier. However, make sure you don't end up buying so much of something that a large portion of it ends up getting thrown out. Bulk buying is great for non-perishable goods. But even for things with shorter shelf lives like meat, you could still consider buying a large quantity and freezing some of it for later. 8. Store brands are often as good as the big brands and typically sell for less. Did you know that name brands can cost about 40% more on average than their private label equivalents? Interestingly, you're not always paying more for a better product because many store brands and private label alternatives offer comparable quality. So, what exactly are you paying for? Well, you're essentially paying for the name and reputation that come with it. Switching to generic and store brands will do the trick if you want to save money without giving up what you love. This works for things like milk, cooking oil, sugar, flour, rice, spices, cleaning supplies, toilet paper, and so much more. 9. Buy more expensive items if they're on sale. Supermarkets are always running sales for different items, and who doesn't love a good sale? They are the perfect time to snag deals on pricier items you want to buy, especially name brands that don't have a good alternative. Stock up on them when they're selling at a discount so that you don't have to pay extra when the sale ends. But also remember that just because something is on sale, it doesn't mean you have to buy it. If you don't need it, then you're still wasting money even if the price is reasonable. 10. Buy whole. In a world where we work long hours and free time is a luxury, convenience is crucial. But is a little convenience worth paying significantly more? For instance, buying cheese that has been shredded or sliced typically costs more than a whole block of the same cheese. The same goes for pre-cut fruits and vegetables, pre-marinated meat, and pre-cut chicken. In each of these cases, you're almost always paying more in order to save just a few minutes in the kitchen. Switch to buying whole items to save some extra money and to get the freshest items off the shelf. 11. Take advantage of products that are in season. You'll find that prices for fresh items tend to fluctuate a lot throughout the year. For instance, mangoes are often cheaper in the summer and expensive in most other months. So, if you're looking to stretch your grocery budget, take advantage of seasonal foods by planning your meals around what's available at the best price. 12. Figure out the best days to shop. Getting the best bang for your buck isn't just about going to the right stores, but also about timing. Some days are better than others. For example, stores tend to have lots of deals during and around the holidays. Beyond the holidays, many stores usually have a day of the week when they run special deals. In most cases, this happens on Sundays. However, different chains may have different systems. So, check with your local store. Additionally, it can be wise to ask a manager or employee when items tend to get marked down. For example, when the store receives fresh stocks of meat, any old stock that went unsold will often be discounted. So, knowing the day of the week when the new stock arrives can be valuable. Also, there's a strong chance of finding discounted items in the early morning hours after opening. Be sure to check the clearance section if your grocery store has one too. 13. Stop shopping when hungry. Hunger can and does encourage impulsiveness. And we're not just talking about food, but practically everything. In short, you'll likely grab more of something when you're hungry. Part of sticking to your budget is going to the grocery store with a level head. And a level head starts with a satisfied stomach. So eat first if you're hungry before driving to the store. 14. Don't ignore loyalty programs and coupons. Many grocery stores have their own loyalty program. When you sign up, which is usually free, you earn redeemable rewards for shopping and even have access to member-only discounts. Combine that with seeking out useful coupons in the store's mobile app or in your morning paper, and you can save quite a sum at the end of the month. 15. Use the right credit card responsibly. There are a number of credit cards available that earn cashback or travel points specifically on grocery purchases, which can be looked at as a sort of rebate on your purchase. For instance, if you purchase $200 in groceries on a credit card earning 3% cashback in that category, you'd receive $6 in rewards. As these rewards add up, you can redeem them to lower your monthly bill or even have the funds deposited into your bank account, depending on the options the bank gives you. Since so many people misuse credit cards, make sure you have strong financial habits in place before using one. Once you receive your statement, be sure to pay the full new balance on or before the due date. That way you avoid interest, stay in control of your finances, and enjoy the rewards fully. Additionally, if you'd like to learn more about some of the best credit cards to earn rewards at supermarkets, check out the links below in the description. Now, for those of you who shop at Costco, you'll want to watch this video next, which exposes 10 secrets every shopper should know to save even more. I'll see you there.